Good morning. Here is it morning in Sweden, and I live very south in Sweden, very close to Denmark, on the west coast. And but it is very close to start to come snow down today. It is I think it's November 20, like that. So it is a normal weather temperature today. So we are coming closer to take the flight to Israel. And today I have bought candles that is with battery and timer. So I place it on a table where people that walk by my apartment can see it. That is light in my home. It's not so important if I should leave some stairs up, but here the people pass by my apartment and look in. So I have to have some light on. Before, when we have not this with electricity that was so expensive, then I used to have a light on 24 hours. So it was some light inside my home, even if I was not at home. But now I need to have some that is cheap, so it's not taking so much electricity. And this is battery on it, and I bought long-lasting battery, so it should work 1 month when I am in Israel. So it is some money that I need to buy small things that I need for the traveling. So, and my daughter say that she is not coming to my apartment, but I pretend that if I meet my neighbors, I say that my daughter is going to be in my home, talking like that. But she is not coming. She is not supporting child, and this is she is in a Christian church. They are Jesus lover, that church, and they live in a fantasy world that the devil have let them believe in, and my daughter, I was talking. It's good that I can talk to my daughter today. I'm not scared to make her run off. And so she is chatting with me. So I tell her, really, an adult woman to an adult woman. I don't have to hide anymore. So the last time, for 2 days ago, I was talking about her father and the problem I had with her father. And she didn't, seems like she stopped me. She was interested to hear. But she don't understand. She is in his game to play. She don't understand that, but maybe it will come a day that she understand. And I told her everything. I don't hide anything for her. She is, I don't know how old she is. I forget her birthday because it's so seldom I talk to her and she never here. And she have been here maybe twice since I moved here 4 years ago. So that is not dementia. It make me. I don't think about my daughter into my life. You that have this kind of relationship with your children, you understand what I'm talking about. That she don't belong to my family. I am on my own. I don't have any family. Even if I have a family on the paper, I don't have a family. And so I talked to her, and the only time she really listens is when I talk about her father. She don't want to know anything about my side of what my mother and my father was. She only want to know her father. So she is in his game. And then she told me last time now that her father's new woman that lived with him, she told me that she was smoking very much. And I asked my daughter, what does your father say about that she's smoker? Because he have never smoked, and I never smoke. What do he say about her smoking? No, he don't say anything. He let her smoke, and she is sick in her body, but he don't say anything to her. And if I had, I know him. I live with her father in 16 years. If I had the right man in my life just now, and I was smoking, he should tell me to stop smoking, not because of he breathe in smoke from my smoking. It's because he care for me. It's not about him. This right man, he care for my health and want to help me. You see that difference. And he and her father, I don't care about you. You can do whatever you want. Go out from here. Like, you are nothing. I don't care about you. So why are you there? And I ask that when I be together with my daughter's father. But it was an event that happened just before I met my daughter's father. I was together with a man that was a soccer player, very good soccer player, and I was in fitness also. I have no problems at all, and we started to be more and more together. But then he had a past life. He had an ex-girlfriend, and he had a child with her. And that had happened for me before, that those ex-girlfriends, they play on that they have a child together with this man. And in that way she called him that say, when she knew that I was in his home, we were together that weekend, and he had no soccer games, and she could call him and call him and call him, and wanted him to take care of the child that weekend, even if it was not his weekend, to take care of that child. You know these games they playing, those that have that child, and it's be like a game that they use their children to be what they move with in the game. And so it's ended. I ended the whole thing when he say I can't be at home, and he didn't want me to. It was early in our relationship, so he didn't want me to be in his home when he was away. So he told me that I need to go to my ex because her wash machine is it doesn't work, so I'm going there to repair it, he said to me. And I was thinking, she's gonna be involved in this the whole time. I have been in this same situation before, so it was easy to make a decision to not be with him, because he was under his ex. He was still together with her, but in distance. So how do I know what was going on when he was there and do this wash machine? They maybe were together there in her bed. How do I know that? So this game was not for me. So I left him, and then my daughter's father, I didn't like his mail, so I threw it away, because it was in the old time when we didn't have internet, so we sent mail to each other, and I have put together an ad in the newspaper to find a man, and so he answered, and no, I didn't like him in the first place, so I threw away those mails, and I should let it have been like that, but I didn't know this about God. I didn't know God. I didn't know how life really was working. So I dated some of these men that wrote me, and I was together for a little while with a man, some weeks. And then one day, today, I was I am thinking this is for you also. I'm not talking about my life. I'm talking about your life also in the same time. So I'm not selfish because it's for you also. That I don't know how those letters I threw it away. All the letters that I have got, and one day I was out. That man I was together with was not the man I wanted to be with, and he was like a replacement for a man I didn't have, and looked like Elvis Presley, exactly. And so I sit there. I usually take up the mails when I sit in my bathroom and check it out when I sit and relax there. So I had no one, and then I should wash my clothes, and I start to dig into the box where I have dirty clothes. And that is also so symbolic that when I dig down there, I find a letter to this man that come to be my daughter's father. His mail was in the dirty clothes I should wash. So I opened up the mail and I read it again, and it was so stupid mail. But I answered because I was lonely, and started to date him. So I don't know how could I have. Today I'm thinking I was together with another man, and we were together at least 1 month, and I had clothes washing, and that clothes I had my son was there also in the picture. He was I don't know, he was 8-9 years old, so it was very much dirty clothes from him. So how could I find those letters in the box for dirty clothes? That make no sense. But it is no sense when it comes to the devil. He placed in those letters in the dirty clothes, and it was not for real, but I didn't know. Today if I have find those letters, I think then I have, how could they come in here? I have washed clothes many times, and those letters have never been there. But then it become this man. It's a wake up for some of you that listen at this. Whenever you listen, you maybe listen in May some years like that, but you have to understand that this is for you also to think, how could it happen? And before you go forward, you have to think about it. How could it be this way. And the first time you know and you hear wrong things from this man or woman, that you should go back and say, how did we come together? And find out how the devil is. He is very intelligent, because he's not intelligent in knowing answer of questions, but he knows what you want from a person. He knows that. He is inside many people and place himself there in front of you. So if you have problems in your life, you should go back to where it started. How can we be together? How did we meet? Where did this person come into my life? And look around on it, what they say and did and where they come from. And it doesn't matter if they're coming from a church. The devil have no fear for church. The devil is inside the church. I have talking about that. What happened when I come back from United States, and what happened before United States. How I saw the devil laying in the church. He's not. He's sleeping there and waiting for someone to come into the church to go on her or him. So that is not the secure place to be. The devil can stand in the pulpit and act like he is from God, that he can do so many things to people and into your life, and this positive when it is negative. And you should be aware to let the devil lay hand on you, not understand this. That is churches that the pastor is laying hand on a person, and then he say to other people to come forward and lay hand also. That is the devil. The devil know his people, so they lay hand on a person, and they are from the devil. And that's how you get this problem in your life. You should never be in a church called Deliverance Church. Deliverance Church is the devil's church. So be aware of it. Be aware who is those people that lay hand on you. I have never asked someone to help me to lay hand on a person. I have laid hand on a person, but that I do on my own. I have my this and I think the flu that I have had in 1 week, I think it's corona, and I think it's what I need to know from heaven, that to be careful, because if they I should know this situation that will take place when I travel, because if they test me for coronavirus, they maybe will see it. So that is belong to a part that it sounds like it can be evil things. It can sounds like that, but it can be positive for me to know what God is doing or heaven is doing when I travel. That they may be going to test people, but in some way they are not testing me, or else they will see that I have COVID in my body, and then I can't move on. I have to wait. And I was thinking about that today, about this. I have not told you that the taxi that should drive me to Copenhagen's airport, they sent me a message that they should come tomorrow. Yesterday, not tomorrow, yesterday they should come and get me. And I'd be nervous, but I say to them that this is not right date. I send back, I never erase messages I get on the internet from people or company that is important for the future. I never clean it up. I let it stay there until that date is over. So I find the answer from them, and I send them back, and where it says that they have changed the date for me and taken away the date that was yesterday. That they have done a mistake. They have not cleaning up the computer system, so it was there still. So they say I was not wrong and then they say that we are going to send you a taxi in December 7, I think. I have to be careful with the date, but they are sending me a message on the telephone that they are coming next day, so I'm okay. But that you need to see it to stay awake. It is not always bad things. Something can be both bad and good, because then I get it confirmed that they are coming December 7 and take me to the airport. I was thinking I need to have a communication with this company to make sure that they are coming and get me in that morning. So they did that with the wrong things done. They wrote me back and say, we are coming and get you December 7. So that I get the confirmation and didn't need to write them about it. So that was very good. I was not frustrated about it, but I was thinking they may be, because most of the time they are Muslims, and they go suddenly, like I insulted them. If I tell them that this is wrong things, they insult because I am a woman and tell them that. So I was thinking it maybe can happen, they go angry, and then they tell me that they will not come and get me. And I have to find another taxi. But now it was okay. So the evil things, it looked very evil, and then it's be good. So sometimes isn't it bad? It's a little that you maybe go angry and sweaty about it, like that. But in this case, when it comes to my traveling, is it not me? It's heaven. If they want me to come back to Jerusalem, they will make sure that I will come there. Or else, if they don't want me to be there, then those money I have spent on this before I am leaving, that is not money that is from my pocket. That is money that I got from God, and then I have got some money from someone that have listened at my podcast. And if you send me some support money, you should never write like this one that have support me. She or he is saying, writing catastrophic. You should never talk negative. You should never, never, ever send me something and tell me negative things should happen. That's why I go angry at this person, because that is like you call for bad things to happen. And you should say, right, when you support me with money, you should write that in God's will I send you, like that. Then I know who you are, that you are thinking in a positive way and not in a negative way. So you understand that if you have of mistake, that your mindset is like that you thinking in negative the whole time, then you should change your attitude and your mindset and send me more of the money you can send me, but never ever write catastrophic. Write that you want to give for a positive thing. So, and I only can see about 3 words from you. So the first word you have written is catastrophic, and that is a negative word. Nothing is catastrophic when it's come to God, and I'm walking under God. So if you be insult and angry at me, is it about your mindset? It's not me, it's your mindset that I want you to think and change your mindset to be positive. I live in Sweden, and it is very much here in Sweden negative thinking. People avoid to think positive about something. Everything is negative, and that is what the devil have caused. So we should change. In the first place, we should change our self mindset to be positive before we can talk to people about change their life to be positive. The mindset comes with a life. The mindset is life. And if you're thinking negative, that means negative life. If you think positive, that's a positive life. It's very simple. I know it can be very hard when you have been taught, that you have heard it from everyone, to be negative. And I have studied psychology, and we learn that people most are attracted to negative than positive. Because negative, that make you only to place your hand in front of the person and say, I don't do it. It's negative. But if you say, yes, I'm going to do that, that is demanding. They ask you to act positive. It's an acting. When the negative no is that you can only say no, and you are done. But if you say, yes, I will do it, and then you continue to have to do action. And that is what the Bible is talking about, you that study the Bible. Action. What it means with action is to be positive, to do something for the world, for a person, for yourself, to be positive. And with a positive yes, that means that you have to do action. So you have to go back to the Bible and look at when the Bible is talking about action. I don't know so much about the Bible, but someone, I have heaven in my home, and someone is telling me that I should talk about action. So you would need to look at it, and maybe in this evening I will tell you about action, the word action. So I finish now because it's going to be too long, and I will talk about more what's going on in. I was thinking I should talk about the past, about what started the whole thing, and it was this that how do I know what is, if it's from the devil or if it's from God, things that have been done now, and that I was thinking I should talking about, and now I talk about it. It's only a small part. It's that showed me that I should go to Israel. It was that I felt that I needed to do my passport. I felt that before we still have COVID-19 going on, and no one with the right mindset should not travel around if they have no business. They needed to do the flight. So I was thinking I don't need to do my passport because I'm not going to travel abroad for a long time. That I did knew already in October 2019. And then I was thinking that because I have just got my apartment, so that was a way also to stop me to travel, because I needed the money. Instead to travel, I needed the money for to change the home, to take my furnitures to the new home. And I know I have a garden, and I wanted to create things. It was nothing outside my home, and I built a garden for that money. So I stayed home, and I felt it very strong that I should not travel for a long time. And then in October 2021, I felt that it's time to make the passport. I had a passport before. I always have had a passport because I love to travel. And so I did a passport, and I was thinking, when should I use this passport when we have this COVID-19 going on? I was thinking it's maybe going on for many years. But I did it because I felt and heard it from heaven to do that. And so that was one step, the first step, that I should travel abroad. And then was it this man that is related to me on Facebook. He was talking about his much of spend money on lottery, and he said that if I win money on the lottery, I should do. I don't remember what he said, but something he should do. And I wrote him and I say that if I win money on the lottery, I will buy me a house in Israel, I say to him. And then I should go and do this, buy me a lottery ticket on the internet. And I had no money on my account, on lottery account. So I have to go and take over, transfer some money from my bank account to the lottery account. And then when I opened, I saw lots of money on my bank account from no one. It didn't say anything. And it did say, it says Nazareth, it says. That's only, it says Nazareth. So I saw that I have already got money without playing the lottery. And now I know that I should not play lottery. I only pay for one line in the lottery. I don't spend much money on it. But now I know that it's not in God's will to do that lottery. So I don't do that anymore. So I wrote him back and I say I already win. I got money on my bank account already. So that means that I was writing him that if I get the money, I am going to buy me a house in Israel. And then I got the money. So that was one more that confirmed me that I should travel to Israel. So there is some things that is not from the devil that have happened. And then suddenly I was thinking, how can I do it? Because I don't have any vaccine against COVID. And then suddenly they had going away from the vaccination test, COVID test at the airport. So now it was okay to travel. So that is three positive things that was happened that was not coming from the devil. If the heaven doesn't want me to travel to Israel, they will tell me. They're going to talk about it to me directly, immediately, saying from heaven, heaven is here. They are, I see them. It's a lot of them here. So, now it's someone that is before all this, and he is saying, or she is saying, and doing this no with the body, and says, we don't need to tell you. Is he saying, because you are doing it. So he confirmed that it's right what I'm doing. So they are going before me to open up all the doors, and that they show me with a taxi that it was not negative, it was positive things that happened. So thank you for listening, and I hope you have a beautiful life.